Testing, testing. Ba 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 ba. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Testing, testing. Ooh. Ba, 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 ba. Do, 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 do. Alright, how the fuck do I disable my monitor? Testing, testing. Ooh. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. There we go. 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 Twitch, Twitch, Twitch. Live stream. Where's my playback devices? Here we go. Alright, set as default device. Okay. There we go. Alright, what's up, everybody? I'm not expecting too many people in here. Actually, forgot to go live on my Facebook. Facebook is being actually pretty stupid. So Twitch is live, but my other channels are not. Big surprise, Facebook Live is pretty terrible. Okay, where's my pop-out chat? What's up, Cole? I'm just getting ready to sit down here and work on my Anet E10. I'm just trying to find my stream config. Here we go. Did I configure this right? Let's see. RTMP 115.31.49. Yeah, it's configured right. I'm not sure why it's not showing the video stream. I'm just checking it manually now. My thing is complaining that I have bad video settings, so I'm gonna stop and start the stream here after I change some settings. Actually, I might be able to change the bit rate on the fly here, maybe. Let's see. So I'm rebroadcasting out to Facebook and YouTube and Twitch, but it is not working. Testing, testing, Facebook live feed, testing, testing, let's see, testing, testing. It may be working. Yeah, it is working now. Alright. Well, this, this is just going to be like an informal thing. Just kind of a hangout. Just trying to see. Okay, well, I guess I can't pull up the chat for Facebook, but whatever. So what I'm doing right now, I just figured I'd jump on here because I haven't done a stream in a while. I got a ATX power supply here. This is from a Super Micro server. You can get them for right around $20 on eBay. And they're 350 watts. And, oh, there goes my, it sounds terrible because it's on glass. But, I dropped my knife. So we got 29 amps on the 12 volt rail, which is plenty for our printers, especially for the like Anets and the other standard printers, because you're only going to need about 20 to 21, maybe 22, depending on what else you got going on. So, thanks, Zach. I actually see that the comments are coming up. I do not like Facebook's video platform. It's kind of a pain, to be completely honest. But I stream out to Facebook because people use Facebook, unfortunately. I do get most of my 3D printer business through Facebook, so I can't hate on them too much, but like just stupid stuff you gotta deal with. It's like you piss somebody off and then they flag your account and then Facebook flags you for being a douchebag or something, I don't know. Either way, I've had my account locked out a couple of times, and it's not fun. So, what I'm doing is on the... Oh, let me turn that on. Might help. On your ATX power supply, you got a bunch of different wires. You got a 5 volt output, a 12 volt, and a 3.3. And those are going to different color wires. So you got 12 volts on your yellow, you've got 5 on the red, and then 3.3 on the orange. So we're gonna keep just one of the 5 volt wires. I use it for lighting, and we're gonna get rid of most of the 3.3s except for one, because there's what's called a sense wire, and what that does is it verifies by feeding the voltage back into the PSU through monitoring circuit. It verifies if it's actually working correctly or not and putting out the right voltage. And some power supplies, if they do not detect that sense, then what happens is it just shuts down, it shuts off. We've got some small 12 volt wires here. I do not remember these particular models having a set wire, but I believe this one does, so I'm gonna make sure that this little guy, they're usually thinner than the rest of the wires. So, I tied these off here on this one. I mean, if they have a sense wire, and I don't know if it's just a different division, but I bought this same particular model off of eBay multiple times, and I have them on a couple printers here already. And they're champs. I mean, they put up, there's like 0.1 voltage sag when the heated bed's on and everything else is on. So they put out some power, and it's stable, which is the important thing. So I'm just clipping off the extra wires. I mainly jumped on here, so if anybody wants to ask me questions, yell at me for not working hard enough, you can. Because otherwise, I'd just be sitting in here, probably watching like those burgers or something, doing nothing productive other than fixing the printer. And actually, this one looks like it's got sense wires for everything. So I'm gonna make sure I keep said sense wires. And all you have to do is connect them back. So like the 3.3 is gonna connect to the 3.3. 5 gotta go to 5. It's nothing crazy. Actually, I'm gonna keep 2 of the 5-volt lines just in case I decide I need something. Need a little more skookum on the 5-volt. And then you have the what's the word I'm looking for? You have a what's called a 5-volt standby, and that's actually the purple wire. And you can power your Raspberry Pi off that, and that's on even if the power supply is off, which is very nice. Which is I run the power from my eyes. They get power from the 5-volt standby. What's up, Chris Watson? You know, it's kind of crazy. I could go live like about a month ago, and I don't get anybody. And now I get a couple of people. It's kind of cool. I like it. So I just removed the gray wire, which is the power, like, okay signal. You don't need that for a printer in this application. So basically, we're going to keep any 5-volt lines, which are red, and then any 3.3s, which are the orange. And then keep all the ones you can, which are the black. And there's no like 5-volt ground or 12-volt ground. They're all just ground. So, and some of these I clip off, and what I'm going to do is I'm hot glue over the ones that I clipped so that nothing short out. My hot glue gun's heating up right now. And I'm just bending this one wire, which is the blue, which is 12 minus, which is, honestly, I'm not even going to pretend like I know what it actually does. I just know you don't need it, which is the blue wire. You don't need a blue wire from the printer with any power supply. Okay. So I'm going to put let's see here. Put the hot glue over the cables here, so these get shorted out. I'll move out of the way the other cables here. Ooh, I'll burn myself there. That would have been bad. Just gonna put hot glue over these other cables here. You can also heat trim too, but hot glue is pretty quick. Get the job done. Keeps all in place. Don't have to worry about them shorting out anything. So what I'm left with are a bunch of grounds, 2 5 volts, and 1.3, and then sense wires for each of the voltages. Just cut this up. So what happened was I rebuilt an Anet E10 with a Titan Arrow this weekend, and the PS2 I was using, which was from the Tarantula, just decided to give it a go like after the second. So there's that. I wish I could have surprised, but let's just say TiVo is not known for making durable power supplies or printers for that matter. So luckily I just have this stuff on hand because I'm a nerd. And yeah, just waiting for this glue to dry now because this is really warm. I'm just gonna hang out here and people pop in throughout the duration of the stream, then I'll respond. Oh, that is still hot. Shit. Just got back from having sushi with one of my buddies, and I am really, really full. But yeah, don't expect anything spectacular from this stream. See the E10 behind me. It is down right now. Alright, so now I'm gonna start zip time. So this is what we're left with. You can see the orange, the red, the yellow, and the black, and you see the green right here. And then my purple's right here, which looks like black. So let's start zip tying these. All nice and neat like. Just make them all pretty. And what you're going to do is you're going to take a couple of each and just bundle them together. So what I'll usually do is I'll take all the different voltages. So like I'll take all the yellows and I'll zip tie them together. I'll take all the blacks and zip tie them together. So I'm going to count these out. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I got 12 yellows. How many blacks I got over here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I need 3 more from my bundle. Yeah, Cole, so I don't know how to without showing you. Basically if you got sag on the right side of your CR10, you need to basically take it apart and reassemble, make sure everything's squared up. Because there could be other issues. I did have an issue where mine was sagging, and what happened was it was the whole actual gantry. Okay, so the whole gantry. So like this is where your, let's say arm is where your carriage runs on. Okay, so what happens is it's tilted, and then on each spot here. So like let's say here's one side, here's the other side. Okay, there's those metal plates, and there's two nuts holding this piece of extrusion to these plates here. Okay, and they get loose. And what you have to do is you have to take it apart, you have to tie them up. Evening, Jarrett. And I'm kind of sad. I didn't realize the channel broke 1,000 subscribers. I was actually wanted to do a giveaway. So, I don't know if I'm going to do a printer because, quite frankly, to get it in and make sure it's working and all that other stuff, I'm busier than hell right now. We got a lot of work. But what I might do is, I might do like a simplified 3D giveaway. What do you guys think? Are you guys getting the audio breaking up? I thought it was my Bluetooth heads dropping. I might just kill the Facebook stream, honestly. I might restart the stream and just kill the Facebook stream because... Okay, bear with me 1 second. Don't go anywhere. Okay, OBS just reconnected. Alright, are we back, guys? Is it any better? Okay. I think the issue is that, so what I do is I run an NGINX server on my computer and I stream to that server, and that server then streams out to Twitch and YouTube and Facebook video. And Facebook video is a pain. It never works properly, so I think Facebook was screwing stuff up. So where I left off was I'm just zip tying things together here. By things I mean wires, like my 3.3. So I use a 3.3 volt. What I'm doing is I'm wiring up an ATX power supply. So I'm just bundling up all the wires. Like I got 3.3 to go to the Pi, and I've got 5 volt to go to my LED lights. I run my LEDs on 5, and the printer on the 12. Jarrett, easy ABL. I don't take people's money until I have product to sell you. It's just how I do business. I don't like taking money from people when I don't have it. Because the thing is, some people are like, oh, I don't care, you know, go ahead. You know, I'll do a pre-order and all this other stuff. But the problem is people get impatient, and I don't feel like sending out a million messages. If, like, something gets held up in customs, you know, people get ornery, and I don't want to deal with people getting ornery because, you know, the U.S. decided that my package looks suspicious and it's not going to clear customs. Because, unfortunately, we have to get most of our parts overseas. And I can't get them from the U.S. I did find one place that had similar sensors to what I use, but they wanted $80 per sensor. Per sensor. So that would bring up the cost a little bit, and I did get a sample, and they work just as well as the Chinese ones. Or I should say the Chinese ones work as well as theirs, so why would I charge you guys more for a product that works exactly the same as the more inexpensive one? It's one of the... I do firmly believe in you get what you pay for. But in this case, you don't get more than what you pay for from the U.S. sensors. As I was saying before my video was being all stupid, what do you guys think about doing a giveaway on the stream / Facebook groups? Not tonight, not right now. But like a simplified 3D. Like I will buy a simplified 3D license and register it to the winner, because I think simplified 3D is amazing, but I know a lot of people can't afford it. So if I can, you know, give somebody an opportunity to try this software that wouldn't normally have the opportunity to, I think that'd be great. I'm just counting wires here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So like I got 12 ground wires here. So I'll make sure I'm pulling as many as I need. Jarrett, I would give you a part number for my sensors, but we do not use standard ones anymore. I was using an 18mm capacitive sensor, and there's a couple different ones. But we're ordering such a high quantity, we can get the color customized and other attributes changed. So I have to like buy them and get a, like, sorry, I'm trying to like think and talk right now. basically, you can't get the same sensor off the shelf that we use now. But the main difference is really the color. And they're just made a little bit better, I think, over what you can get off the shelf. Basically, because I yelled at the supplier, I had a couple that they initially sent me. I was like, these are garbage. I want better solder joints. I want better wire. And they listen to me because I spend a decent amount of money with them, a couple grand a month. You know. So if they want to keep my business, they will make me happy. James, are you Bill? Are you Bill Bird? Who, I think I just got your kit back, so I'm going to fix that when I'm done working on this printer and send it back out to you. Okay. Yeah, I got your kit today. I've got spare sensors in my drawer down here. So I'm going to get you that out to you. The label, I don't know if you can see it, but my label printer's over there, and your RMA form and your label are over there already. I just got to get this thing up and running because I got a lot of stuff to print for this weekend, and I can run off a lot of the easy ABL cases on this printer. So I need to get it working. It was working, and then the crappy TiVo power supply took a crap. And that's why I'm working on a printer at 10 o'clock at night. And I got work tomorrow. So if anybody has any questions, I'm just going to be like working on this printer. Now, I already did the fun part. I dremeled out the case to fit this power supply in here. This power supply is actually going to fit inside the stock Anet E10 case, courtesy of Dremel. I just took the Dremel, I marked out the spots, and had my way with it. Yeah, Bill, I'm going to take a look at your sensor. I might actually use it on one of my printers because just that screw, just this adjustment screw you said was stuck. I haven't opened it up to take a look at it yet, but if I can get it unstuck, that's fine, but I totally get you not wanting to mess with it, and I don't expect you to mess with it. It should work out of the box. And thanks to you, I've added that to my checklist, is actually turning the screws. We would only turn them if... I'm looking for screws right now for my power supply. But we actually only turn them when we have to set the sensitivity. So if they're not triggering very, very close, we'll turn up the sensitivity so they trigger further by the time we send them out. But now I adjust every single one. I'm missing 2 screws. You know, I don't know. If I seriously spend as much time on a project looking for things than I do on the actual project. There we go. They fell on the floor. And I'm out on the struggle bus here. I ate way too much sushi. One of my friends was having a pretty shitty day. And I was supposed to be working on this earlier, but he's been going through some shit. So I was like, you know what, dude? I'm coming over and we're going out for fucking sushi. And I'm paying for it. And you're going to get me up to speed on what's going on in your life. So he is one of my best friends. So it was supposed to happen earlier today, but you know, friends come first. My printer can wait. What 3D printer is my favorite out of all of them? It's like asking me to, like, say which cat is my favorite. That's a lie, because I can totally tell you which cat is my favorite out of our cats we have. It really depends. I don't really have a favorite printer because I have mine all set up to do different things. So like this E10 is actually set up with a Titan Aero, which is a direct drive extruder. This will be the only direct drive printer I have. Whereas like AM8 is an ABS printer, which is in that enclosure there. Nah, my stream is going to shit again. Hang on, guys. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kill the Twitch stream because nobody watches. So give me a second. Stay in the chat. I'll be right back. Everybody watches on Facebook. Or not Facebook, YouTube. Let me stop. Alright, let's see if I'm back now. We back? We back? Alright, so I'm only going... I gotta update the description here. Working on the Anet E10 custom printer. Come hang out and ask me questions. Corey, there's nothing cooking on the build plate. All my printers are idle right now. I don't need shit from you. Christopher... Yeah, the E10... Mine printed stock. I just overhauled all this. I think they need to lower the price on it for the quality you get, in complete honesty. Which is what I said. They're nuts if they think they're gonna get like, what was it, like $350 for it? Get out of here. But it's a solid little printer. And the only way I would say to spend like the $350 asking price, which you can still get them for $300 or less. I think that $350 was just an arbitrary number they threw out there, in all honesty. I think... Oh, what was I saying? I totally lost my train of thought. Hang on, I think I missed a black wire too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12. Got an extra wire here. I think this one was I was supposed to nip this one here, and I didn't nip it. I meant to nip it. I'll just add into the... Yeah, I'm gonna nip it. Screw it. I don't need it. It's your first print. Oh, so what I was saying is, here's the thing. It's not the best printer at all. But if you either don't want to or don't have the time to put a printer together, there's not much you need to do. You are going to have to tinker with it, but there's not much you need to do to get it to print. I had it printing on live stream. Like, out of the box, set up, printed. Just waiting for this hot glue to dry here. So you see, you just zip tie all your wires together and you get a nice little bundle here. And so I got a bundle for my Pi, and I got a bundle for my other stuff, and then we're going to put in the control box that I drilled out. Yeah, CR10 S4, Christopher Chatwick. You can see mine there. There's an S4 there. These are my brother's two printers. This is a DaVinci Mini Wireless that we picked up, which is totally crap because of the DRM. But we're going to put ramps on it. We got it for 130 bucks, so why not? And that's my brother's AM8 we're building. His parts are in the rest of the in that box up there. AM8, East Gecko, Core XY. That's a Tarantula that's in pieces. My standard CR10. Delta, Castle, and then there's a start up there, and then the E10. Oh, and I just got the Tronxy, Tronxy X5S in, and that box right here, this box is the Ender 2, which I literally bought it just because I have a couple customers that have CR10s that bought my Easy ABL kits. I literally bought that printer just because they wanted ABL for it. I was like, fine, I'm probably not going to sell a ton of them, but you know what? I like my customers, and if it makes you guys happy, if I get firmware out for that and an ABL kit, sure. X5S, it's a Core XY, Tronxy Core XY. Zach, it's okay. It was an excuse to buy another printer. It was literally an excuse to buy another printer. It's all good. It's just not, I'm not like counting on that being a big, you know, money maker, you know. So, not that I mean, I am, what do you call it? Like, I am doing this for business, but, like, I will do stuff just because, you know, for the help. If it makes someone happy and makes their life a little easier, I don't care. You know, like, it's the kind of guy I am. And I'm not trying to sound like a saint or anything. Like, it is what it is. Alright, and apparently we got Super Chat now, guys, so you can send me money. Because YouTube was like, you can enable Super Chat. Because we broke 1,000 subscribers. It's pretty cool. The Ender, yeah, I believe it does have a laser engraver, if I'm correct. Right, guys? Right? That's a laser engraver, right? You can add it on. I didn't get it with the laser engraver. You can most certainly get it with the laser engraver. Let me, here, main monitor. Let me move my little window here. Let me go here. Oh, that's not, that's me. You're just broadcast me to me. Ender 2. Do I play any video games, Cole? I don't have time right now. I did just get a 1080 Ti for this computer that I'm streaming from right now. But here, this is the Ender 2. So this is what I'm going to be putting Easy ABL on. It's a little bed, but you know what? I have Easy ABL on my little start, which is 150 by 150, just because it makes life so much easier. And then we got the Tronxy X5S. Destiny 2. Oh yeah, I got a code from that, I think. Do you get a code? I think they were running a promo on that, weren't they? I got it from Micro Center. Yeah, so that's X5, that's not it. Oh, here, X5S. This is the Core XY. So this is sitting in my living room right now. This just came in. So, build volume. I didn't even look. It just looked cool, and I sent my rep a message. I was like, can you guys send me this? Because I want another Core XY printer, and this looks pretty cool. And honestly, if it's done right, I think it'll sell well. So, it's actually bigger than the CR10 standard. So, it's 330 by 330 by 400 for 360. That's pretty damn good for a Core XY. So, we'll see if it actually, like, is a decent printer, because I'm not gonna recommend it if it's not a good printer. Like, I don't care if I get it for free. Let me see here. Christopher, I think I got Destiny 2 with my video card. Let me see. Oh yeah, Micro Center, your Destiny 2 promotional code. I'm probably not going to play it. I might. We'll see. But I literally upgraded. So if you can see up there, see by the Pikachu right here where I'm pointing right above my finger, that's my 980 Ti, my GTX 980 Ti that was in here. I had 2 of those in there. So I sold one. That one's going to Corey. Where is my GeForce? Oh, it's updating GeForce Experience. I'm trying to redeem the code here. Cole, M3D is a piece of shit. Quite frankly. Do not. M388. I borrowed one from my neighbor upstairs, and it was terrible. If I remember my NVIDIA password, that'd be great. I can never remember my NVIDIA password to save my life. How do you redeem? Okay, to redeem, go to GeForce-Experience and enter the code. I'm trying to. There's no... It just tells you to go get it. I've got GeForce Experience. How the hell do I redeem a code on here? Scan for new game. Oh, redeem. House of Bugs redeem. Okay. There we go. Yeah, if anybody wants to add me on Steam, it's House of Bugs, all one word. Yeah, if anybody, I should share this out to my Facebook page here. I don't know what I just did. I clicked the wrong thing. Stream options, enable DVR. How the hell do I share my stream so people can join? I'm still quite new to this YouTube stuff, if you guys can't figure that out. Alright, there we go. Your CR10, you said your X was bad. Did you take the whole thing off? No, I was able to straighten it out. Like, just look at it. Everything should be lined up. You shouldn't have anything slanted. It's hard for me to tell without it, you know, without seeing it in person. But let me see, Cole. Switch over my main monitor here. So let's see here. So CR10. So let me show you what I'm talking about here. Let me find a high resolution image that we can look at. Yeah, that's not going to work. Screw this guy. He's so ugly. Alright, so that's denied. Alright, so Cole, what I am talking about is right here, okay? So this should be like lined up, and you'll see if this is tilted down, okay? So if this is tilted down, so this side is lower, this will be on an angle like this. Not this exaggerated. It might be just a little. But if you hold this, okay, hold on to this, and then push up on this side, this should all be flat. And that's what I'm talking about. Does that make sense? James, you didn't have to send me that for the returns shipping, man. I cover all that, but I appreciate it. And the multi-material, I've got multi-material working on my enclosed printer. You can do 2-into-1, 4-into-1, whatever you want. And I'm actually putting it on the S4. But Cole, what I'm talking about is this all needs to be straight. This all needs to be squared up, okay? So, and also check up here. Check to make sure your actual frame is squared up and straight, that it's not tilted or anything. Like, give a whole check over the entire printer to make sure it's actually squared up and straight. Because if you have some, like, if you have some assembly issues where, like, it's crooked a little bit or tilted a little bit, like forward or backwards, it's going to throw the whole printer off. Apparently I can put people in timeouts if they're being bad in the stream. I can put them in a timeout. That's interesting. Can I, like, do the chat here? Like, is this chat? Oh, I can't capture the chat. Why not? Why can't you capture the chat? Why is it not capturing the chat? It's just not letting it happen, man. It's not capturing the actual, it's not capturing the chat here. That's what that block is over here. It's not working. Oh well. Remove chat, yes. But anyway, so now that this glue is dry, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bundle these up. So I got green. So I got a ramps board in here. So green is going to go to the ramps board for power on. And then I've got my Sense 3.3 and my regular 3.3 to go to a GPIO pin on my Pi 3. I've got a ground to go to the Pi 3. I've got a purple wire to go to the Pi 3. The purple wire is 5 volt standby. So the Pi will always be on as long as this has power going into the plug here. And then I use 5 volts for my LEDs. So I'm going to start cutting these so they're the same length, and I'm going to zip tie these so they're a little nicer. I'm going to break out 2 blacks and 2 yellows for like an auxiliary for my actually I'm gonna break out 1 and 1, and I'm gonna put the 5 volt Sense on that one. Where's the 5 volt Sense? It's right here, or the 12 volt Sense right here, not the 5 volt. Like I said, your Sense wires, if you look at the ATX power plug on a power supply for a computer, anytime you see 2 wires going into the same thing and they'll be either yellow, red, or orange, those must remain connected when you hack it up, because those are the monitoring lines. They're called Sense lines. And if you don't, the power supply could shut down if it's not detecting the voltage. Christopher, yes, I replaced the Anet E10 board with the MCAS Gen L, which fits in there. Here, you guys want to see what it looks like inside? I'll show you. Here we go. So that's the inside of the Anet. So I put a MOSFET in here. You can see this is 12 gauge silicone wire. Okay, so the bed's gonna get plenty of current, and it's soldered to the heat bed now. There's no modular connector. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. Just divvying up my power leads here for the board and for the auxiliary. So I'm running the Easy ABL on here. So I need a bundle of 12 volts to run that. So that's the... if you guys are wondering what these things are here, these boards, when you run 8825 drivers, you may get partial steps that don't work. And those are... that's like an array of diodes that are freewheeling diodes, so it doesn't... it prevents it from not snapping to... or from snapping to the next step when it's not supposed to. But this was the power supply that was in here, and it doesn't work. It died. This is what I'm working on right now. So I cut that out. There's going to be a hole here drilled for the screw hole, and there's going to be a hole drill here. And then that's it fitting in there. Look how tight that is. I am running 8825s on the X, Y, and Z in 1/32 stepping mode. And I'm running the A4988 on the Titan extruder because you need 1/16 stepping, and I wasn't about to waste a 8825 in 1/16 stepping mode. So I'm just bundling up the rest here. So I got... Now, you guys are wondering, oh, well, this one wire is not going to be enough for the heated bed. Come from the power supply. The trick is you take multiples. You bundle them together. And that's how you get the extra amperage to actually get to your board and your heated bed and everything. So combine them. So never get rid of any of the extra 12 volt lines when you're prepping an ATX power supply. You're always going to want to keep them. You know, I'd rather you'd be better off putting extra ones to something that doesn't need it, like your board or your heated bed, and then breaking it off later. And then usually what I do is I cut them all flush because they're different lengths. Because some went to like the ATX power, some went to the 4-pin power. So I just make these all flush, and then it's easy when I go to put a butt connector or solder these to wherever they're going next. Go ahead and just give it a little snips here. All right. Do the same for the positive 12s. Those are the grounds I'm using for the 12s. There we go. So I got positive and negative for 12 volt. This is for the bed. I'll do the same thing over here. So this one's actually already good. So I got the sense wire. There's a thinner wire in the power. So the thinner wire is the sense, and I got ground. That's going to be for my Easy ABL module. And then I've got 4 of each. Positive and negative 12 for the board, and this will get connected to a 14 gauge wire that goes directly to the board. So we've got Easy ABL / accessory voltage, motherboard, and then heated bed, and then I've got 5 volts here for lighting, and then 3.3 ground and 5 volt standby for the Pi, and then PS on, which is the green for the MKS board to be controlled by Marlin. Come on, glue gun. There we go. I was just putting some strain relief here with hot glue on the PS on wire. So there we go. We got a nice bundle here. May not look that pretty, but once I crimp everything, I gotta find my crimps here. Figure out what my brother did with them. We were using them. put them? Haha! Got him. Alright. I just need my actual butt connectors. There's some right there. That's not the ones I want to use. Where'd you put them, Doug? We like cleaned up in a hurry last night, and I don't know where they went. How did you shatter your mirror? Are you not letting it cool down? I have yet to break a single sheet of glass, and I've been printing for almost a year now. I need to organize my office. This is ridiculous. So I have a box of really nice. Oh, here's a few of them. Really nice heat shrink crimps, and yeah, taking apart my CR10 I forgot to take out. Oh well, yeah, that would do it. I thought you meant like you shattered it while printing. I was like, how? Alright, so I'm just going to start stripping these so I can put them into the connectors. These are 18 gauge wire, it appears to be, which seems to be par for the course for ATX power supply wiring, unless you got a really beefy one. If I wear like a low cut shirt and like show some cleavage, would I get more views? Is that what I need to do to be internet famous? Just watch. I'm gonna get like put on YouTube shit list and get demonetized. Not like I make really anything off of my YouTube channel. I just do this for the lulz. And the love. I just want to be famous enough to get free 3D printers. I honestly, so one of my buddies, he was getting printers from GearBest, and they were asking if they knew anybody, and I have my website, which gets a lot of traffic, and my YouTube channel helped, but it was not a deciding factor. I think it's more the fact that I moderate in multiple groups, and I have the website. So, and honestly, man, I bought the Ender 2 because I just wanted to use it. I didn't want to have to review it. It is almost more work to do the reviews than just to buy the printer and just use it. So keep that in mind. It's It's a blessing and a curse. Corey, what is it with you guys in like early 20s black guys in anime? Like, why do you guys like anime so much? Like, you and my 2 other friends that are about the same age, like, they fucking love anime, man. I don't know why. I don't get it. I should clarify that my other friends I'm talking about are also black, which was the point I was making. I don't know why. Like, why is it so popular? Am I, like, missing something here? Don't be checking out my ass when I bend over, though. I'll call the internet, please. I swear to God, brah. I don't even know what I'm saying. Just, like, rambling here. Alright, so I'm crimping on booty connectors. Okay, these connect 2 sets of wires together. And then I'm going to heat shrink them. I wonder if I should strip these a little longer, maybe. Maybe not. I think these are good. We'll see. Oh my god, Dragon Ball Z, Black Guys in Dragon Ball Z. Oh, that's like the, I don't know, like, it's like a cult. I know so many black guys that love Dragon Ball Z. I don't know any white guys that like Dragon Ball Z. It's like always been black guys. The only, you guys are going to probably laugh, the only anime I ever watched was this weird freaking one called Chobits. I don't even know if anybody's heard of it. It was like 1 season. And it was just when I was in my awkward nerd days. I was like, a girl robot? Because I didn't discover girls until I was like in my like early 20s. Which is probably why I got so much done when I was younger. Because I didn't care about women. So I'm just putting butt connectors on all these here. That's what I'm doing. This is literally just, I figured I'd throw a stream up. And if people wanted to jump in and bullshit and ask questions, you guys can keep me company. Because it gets lonely sometimes working in here. You know, I actually know who Piccolo is. Piccolo? I'm probably butchering the name, but that's pretty funny. He reminds you of your buff uncles. Black guys have buff uncles. Why is that? Like, I guess just black people in general, not just black guys. Us white people, we just have, like, chubby uncles. We don't have buff uncles. Because, like, we like cheese and carbs way too much. And we don't season our meats because we're animals. Trying to find the right size booty connector on here to fit all this thick wire in. I don't know what I would have used all my blue ones for, because you got blue, you got red, blue, and yellow, and usually yellow's like the larger gauge, like 12 to 14. And red's like the smaller stuff, like 24 to 18 maybe. And then you got like 18 to 14, which is the blue usually. Digging through this connector box, trying to find the exact one I need. Okay, I got 3 for that. I need 1 more red connector for... Come on, 1 more connector. I gotta have 1 more. Just watch it. It's gonna bug me because I'm gonna have to use a larger one when I don't want to use the larger one. Oh! Beautiful. Got 1 smaller one left. Perfect. Alright. Uncle Jesse, actually, I have reached out to, Joel and Uncle Jesse, and I need to get with Uncle Jesse because I'm supposed to help him with his E10. And he does want an easy ABL kit, but I told him, I was like, I'm not going to send it out until later. Because what's happening is I don't have stock right now, so what's the point of having him put out a video when I don't have anything to sell? So I need to hire a bunch of friends this weekend to help me build the kits to build the kits and get everything ready to go. So if you're in the Chicagoland area and you want to solder and help piece boards together, get at me. I'm paying $10 an hour cash, because that's what I would be paying another company to do it, and I'd rather pay people I know to do it than some random company. Then at least I can, like, do quality control in-house and not have to worry about, you know... I don't like trusting people to do stuff I can do. It's like I don't even let other people work on my car, let alone build a kit that's got my name on it, and you know, I put my brain behind it. Like, I'm really picky about that stuff. We love going fishing and camping, Corey. That's like white people's thing. And then like we do all sorts of weird murderous stuff in the woods. Ah! It didn't crimp. It didn't crimp. She wasn't ready. Let's try it again. Did it crimp? Oh, she crimped. Yeah, always whenever you crimp stuff, like give it a little tug. Make like not a huge tug where you rip it out. You want to give it a little tug. So look at, say we got our butt connectors going on. Butt connector. Booty. Swiggity swooty. Swiggity swooty. We're crimping in the booty. Alright, so now to strip these guys here. Yeah, it's nothing full-time right now because the plan is to go down to part-time in a couple months at the day job. I do IT stuff right now. But I just need extra hands because I can't work during the day on this stuff. And right now the only reason I'm working on my own printer is because I don't have sensors to build my kits. I just got the new PCBs in, so I've got everything but the sensors right now. And they are on the way. They're shipped. They're just in customs right now from China. A couple people were all concerned because we got new circuit boards version 2, but it's literally just a convenience change, so we made the holes a little bit bigger for us to assemble easier, and then just added branding for the TH3D. They're exactly the same function-wise and circuit-wise as the other ones. Just a revision. More of an incremental change than anything. I don't know what much more I can do to add feature-wise to that board. I might... my next thing is going to be the filament out sensor for the CR10, so that'll be nice. Again, I just got to get these printers done so I can start working on other stuff. And I do actually have... where are they? Here. So I got these from China because I was thinking about doing my own like printed case and sensor, but I can get these so cheap with a decent printed case. So these will be what I'll be doing. You put your filament in here, and then it comes out here, and then it even comes with a nice little cable. So I can have this go to my board that I'm going to design, and then hook up to the CR10 board, and it will need a firmware change just like my ABL kits, but I've already built a rough prototype where I literally just had a switch hooked up with wires to the CR10 board with a rough firmware and just verified it works. So it is possible. I just have to finish the circuit board. But while I have a little break here while I'm waiting on more parts, I gotta get these these printers fully up and running. So once I'm done with this, I'll have the E10 up and running and added to the fleet of printers that I can actually rely on, which is why I'm putting an ATX power supply on. I don't trust the standard ones anymore. I've had too many go out. You know, like I got one print out of this one. I'm not even pushing it. You know, I'm not pushing it that hard even. You know, it's not like I'm running a ton of stuff. I'm running a stock bed, just better wiring. And a MOSFET, so my stuff can pull more than a stock setup, but these power supplies from China are kind of sketchy because they advertise like 30 amps, 25 amps. They don't put anywhere near that in terms of what they actually output. And if they do, they don't put it out for very long before they just go kaput, and usually they explode or they just cease to work, which this one luckily just ceased to work during a heat up cycle, so I didn't have to deal with like a fire or blue smoke or anything, because that's the if you guys have ever let the blue smoke out of an electronics device, it smells horrible and it lingers for hours. It just smells terrible. Alright, so fun fact, you can fit 7 18-gauge wires into a single yellow crimp connector. Shimad, one of your machine... Oh, pick and place. Yeah, I thought about doing that, or just building a pick and place. Yeah. Alright, so if you guys want to see what I've been doing here. So, here we go. So here's bed, positive and negative, okay? See all the wires going into there? So my bed wires will go in the other ones, and I'll crimp it and heat shrink it. And then you've got the ones going to the motherboard, so 4 into each. Again, put the motherboard power in here, crimp it, shrink it. Power on, go into the ramps board. We've got ground for the 5 volt here, so 5 volt positive and negative with the sense wire. See how there's 3 and one's smaller? The smaller one's the sense wire. And then we've got the sense wire for the 12, and then the 12, this will be for my Easy ABL connection, my Easy ABL kit. And then I've got the purple here for the Pi, 5 volt standby, and then ground. So these 3 will go to the Pi. Okay, these 3 will go to the Pi. This will go to ramps. 5 volt is for the LEDs. Easy ABL, bed, and then motherboard. This power supply is ready to go. Ready to go in the printer. Oh, man. I'm just going to take a sec here because I'm getting old and that hurt my back being bent over like that. I'm not used to it like Corey is. Corey's just being bent over. I'll be right back, though. It's a little warm in here, so I'm going to turn on my air. Wee bit warm. Does anybody got any questions for me? Because I'm going to take a little break here before I go and put the power supply in here. Let me check the stats. How many people we got in here? How many of you guys have nothing better to do than sit and hang out in this chat? We have 7 people. So we got 7 people that have nothing better to do than watch my crappy half-ass stream. I appreciate it. Oh, Maker Mongoose is my buddy Max. Max, send a video to like Facebook chat, and I will bring up the video on the stream so we can show people. Okay, he's gonna send a thing. If it's what I think it is. Corey, you mean your fiance? I'm just giving him shit because he had everybody on his Facebook thinking he had a fiance. Oh, I just realized Corey sent me the thing. Max, send me a video of it printing, bro. Send me a video. I want to see a video of it printing. I mean, I'm still gonna show your thing there. I'm just sending someone else a picture that they requested of the CR10 main board. Take a break. I'm not going to take a break, Max. Get your shit together. So Max is working on a little a new printer here, which is based on the start. Look at that. That's the start, or was the start. This is kind of a crappy potato quality picture, but it's, think of like the AM8, but for the start. And I'm going to be doing that to mine too. I can't disappear behind my clouds. Stream is healthy at 10:42 p.m. I need to see if I can set my stuff to the default device so I can monitor my testing. Hello, there we go. Alright, so that means I can do some like music in the background. Seriously, I need what? Need what, Christopher? What do I need? What do I need in my life? What do I need? Oh, Destiny is Blizzard? I didn't know that. I don't know if I know my Blizzard login. You guys hear the clickety clack of my keyboard? Hashtag PC Master Race. Bam. Which one of your mixes? The same one that I always do. My Donald. Because it's bold. And it's yellow. Like Donald. Alright, let's redeem Destiny 2. I just did. Destiny 2. Opening battle.net. Dun dun dun. If I remember my password. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's Activision. What the hell? Oh, it comes out on 10/24. It's not coming out anytime soon. I'll be married then. I'm not going to get to play that game until I'm a married man. How is Destiny dropping in 14 minutes? Hang on. Hang on. If you don't believe me, look at. You purchased Destiny 2, expected to release on 10/24/2017. Do you see that right here, guys? Do you see that? I'm getting married on 10/18, so I'm going to have to wait until I'm married to play it. Destiny Grind Fest. I don't know what that means. What does that even mean, Corey? I have 8 friend requests on Blizzard. No, shoot. I loaded Steam VR, so I apologize if the stream screws up. I'm going to try to cancel it. Christopher, are they releasing it early, or did you get like a pre-release type deal? Because I don't know. If anybody wants to add me on Steam, it is House of Bugs for my name. So if you want to add me on the Steam, you can add me. Alright, I should probably get this printer going. Let me turn this monitor on here so I can monitor stream while I'm working. You gonna turn on? No? Oh, there we go. Dun, dun, dun. And there we go. Stream. There we go. Testing. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Testing, testing. That doesn't sound very good. Testing. 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 I'm switching the modes on my mic. Testing. Testing, testing. I'm just going to rotate it. Oh. Doesn't want to rotate that way. Rotate without killing the USB connection, that'd be great. It's me, your brother. Oh, you guys get to see my back, and I'm watching myself up here. Where's my wireless keyboard? Can't find shit in this office. Can't find shit at all. At all. Testing, testing, testing. Hello, 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 hello. That's quieter. There we go. How's that, Corey? Is that better? Oh. Maker mongoose. Maker. Who's a mongoose? Did you wrestle a mongoose with your bare hand? With your bare hand. Dun dun dun. Alright, so I'm going to put this power supply in here. And we're going to be putting 5-volt LEDs, which are right here. And I have another camera, but I don't feel like connecting it because I'm not going to be doing this for that long. Like, I'm not going to be over here. I'm going to be printing, hopefully, unless this power supply is dead. That would suck. Alright, let's drill the holes for the screws for the power supply. We're just going to be super non-scientific about this. So I know roughly where they need to go. And then winding this bitch out. Oh, PS4 first? Is that the only way that consoles have an advantage, is they artificially delay a PC release? So you guys can feel better about having an inferior graphics product? At least we can play online for free. Power tools, man. I don't know how the hell people did anything before power tools. And if you're drilling in a case with electronics, make sure you blow the thing out, because you might have shards in there. Now let's do a test fit here and see if everything lines up. Put my Easy ABL back in here. And the power leads. And see how this works. So I should be able to fold these under like this and clear everything underneath. So let's see. Hey, look at that. Screw holes line up. I don't know if you guys see that, but the screw holes line up and the power supply lines up like a boss. So all I have to do is crimp my power and heat shrink, and then extend my Pi connections. Hell yeah. Got my Easy ABL power here. What's up, Ritual? Later, Chris. The Gecko is not printing right now. She's still down because I'm working on other printers. But not having a layer fan is the main reason why I'm not using it. In addition to, it didn't have a USB host port, meaning I couldn't connect it to a Pi. But they did actually send me one. The adapter board. And I bought one myself. So I have two now. So I guess I got a backup, which is fine. I appreciate Che from Gecko, or whatever you want to call him, sent me. So I purchased a new bed like build tax sticker, and it had issues. And I had issues with stock, sorry. So he sent me a couple extras for free, along with a couple other goodies. He didn't send me a layer fan, though, but I'm going to print one. I'll forgive him. They are sending out layer fans with the newest models, which means they're actually listening to my feedback. And he's also sourcing the power supplies from the company that I got mine for. You spaced out on the heat beds. I still have them if you want one. I don't know what I would use them for. I mean, if you just want to get rid of one, I mean, I'll take it. I don't know what I'll use it for, but, I mean, I buy stuff all the time I don't necessarily need, but I might need it for a project at some point. So I'm just connecting the hotbed connectors. Yeah, SLA printed it. I saw that. Are you familiar with the Gecko bow? Just putting the heat bed wires into the butt connectors. Or as I said, the booty connectors. I'm running 12 gauge silicone because I'm a man for my heated bed. It may not need it, but I also don't need 300 horsepower in a grocery getter, but I have that too. So I don't know what that tells you about me. Overkill is like my theme, what I live by. Hence why I have the $120 start printer with another like 140 upgrades, $140 in upgrades on it. Because why not? Because I can. It's fun. I mean, let's be honest, guys. If you have a Chinese printer, you gotta enjoy modifying it. Otherwise, you're gonna hate your life. All right, time to heat shrink these butt connectors. So I apologize for the noise in advance. There we go. They always take a sec to like initially start shrinking. And I like these because they've got like a thing on the inside that, like a coating, that when it gets heated up, it fills in all the holes, so you don't get any chance of shorting anything out. They're just called weatherproof, like butt or splice connectors. I got them on Amazon. What are you talking about? I know there's been drama over the E10 and the Easy ABL, but we're doing just fine. We're gonna keep making new products, keep going forward, and keep providing awesome support and knowing what we're talking about. I got nothing against my competitor. I just think he needs to market himself. I mean, I'm trying to help him out, and he just doesn't listen. It's like, bro, I'm trying to help you out here so people can stop contacting me for support on your product because you don't know how to market it properly. But whatever. It is what it is. I can only worry about myself. Alright. Let's see what Max sent. I'm going to download the video so I don't expose my entire chat history to the public internet. Alright, everybody. Ready for the smart? Oh, look at it go. Look at it go. Oh, it's doing a banshee. It's so cute. Look at it. I'm gonna do that to mine. It's gonna be fucking adorable. My open sources. I totally support open source. I use a lot of open source stuff. But someone demanding I release my schematics and build the materials and all this other stuff on something I'm not even claiming to be open source is fucking ludicrous. Like, you literally, like, people are using open source as a reason to be cheap now. It has nothing to do with community. It has everything to do with them not wanting to spend a dime on something that they could potentially make themselves, but don't want to take the time to figure out how to make it. So they bully other people into releasing all this stuff, even if it's a product they sell. And I'm sorry, but I'm not going to give in. I don't care. I'm not going to lose anything by telling you to go fuck off and figure stuff out yourself if you're being one of those people that's a prick trying to advocate open source under the guise of, or being cheap under the guise of open source. Like, I don't have to release my PCB, like, Gerber files and all this stuff just because you think you should have access to it, or give you all my installation documentation, which has a lot of processes in it that are just important to the kit in terms of its functionality as the hardware or the software. Because if you have a sensor and all this other stuff and you don't know how to calibrate it or what the proper way to go about calibrating it is, then it's pretty much useless. So I'm not releasing this stuff. I had a guy get all pissed off at me because he wanted the installation documentation so he could DIY it himself because he couldn't get the sensor working. And I don't sell the documentation on its own. It only comes with the kits. If people want the firmware, they can make a donation, and then they can get the current and future releases of the CR10 and any other printer that I put out TH3D branded firmware for. But I do not sell the installation documentation. And the thing is, the information is out there. It's just not easy to find. So a lot of what I'm doing is literally just making stuff easy for people to find and figure out. And then I'm here for you to call or email or message if you have a question and don't understand something. And there's value to that. And that's why, you know, my kits are selling pretty well. And I'm going to take a leap of faith in a few months here and just do this full time because I genuinely enjoy helping people. Like, I'm doing this stream right now, not because I'm expecting anybody to give me a tip or anything. I'm doing this because I want you guys to ask me questions while I'm sitting here working on my printer. So, you know, it has nothing to do with money, and I do a lot of stuff for free for people. But, of course, it's never enough. They always want more. And, you know, at a certain point, you know, you can be civil and you can tell them, you know, hey, you know, sorry, I understand that, but, you know, that's not how we do business here. And, you know, it's a business. It's not a charity. Like, I never claimed to be a charity. Never claimed that we're doing tons of stuff for free for everybody. You know, the bottom line is, if you buy something from me, I'm going to take care of you. I don't care if you're stupid or you think you're stupid, I think you're stupid. I'm going to make sure that at the end of the day, you're able to use whatever I sold you and understand it. You know, buying a bunch of parts from some guy named Dong in China, you know, he's not going to help you get your sensor set up and working. He doesn't care. He's just selling you a part. So, you know, the thing is, people want support, people want updates, people want the latest firmware, but a lot of them don't want to pay for it, and they think that just because where you start is, you know, just because of what you start with is open source. Yeah, I can't talk. Is open source means that everything should be free. That's what they think, and that's wrong. Because what's going to happen is the people like me are going to get exhausted from helping everybody out for free, and we can't focus on anything where we can actually make a living, or we just say, fuck it, I'm not doing any more free support, I'm not putting anything else out there because I'm tired of getting bothered by people that just want shit for free. And then nothing gets developed. Because the amount of effort into these printers and the amount of support that gets provided is way more than people think. And that's part of the cost of the kits that I sell, is literally the support. And not everybody uses it, but at some point they might, and all of that is figured and factored into the overall cost of the kit. Because that's what I have to do. End rant. Yeah, and Nick something. Yeah, most of the people that want this stuff for free and don't want to pay for anything are not from the US. And it's just like, why? Like, why are you guys all being freeloaders? It's aggravating. It's beyond aggravating. Like, when will you learn that not everything's free? Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Here's how it worked. I started helping tons of people out for free. And Corey in the chat, Corey Freese in the chat, I literally spent like 8 hours with him on the phone at like 3 o'clock in the morning for free, helping him out with his printer and like bullshitting with him. Now, that was before I did the kits and all the other stuff and I had more free time. But the point is, I didn't do it to sell him shit. I did it just because I wanted to help him out. Now, the problem is, you can't do that for everybody. And I'm not trying to say like I'm super popular or anything like that, but I'm popular enough where I get 3 to 4 messages a day from people I have no idea who they are. And they're wanting help. And I've never heard from them before. I don't know them. We have no mutual friends. They're random people from Facebook groups, or they found me through YouTube. And as much as I'd like to sit there and respond to everybody and help everybody out, I've got stuff to do that requires my time and is required to do to pay the bill. Helping people out for free doesn't keep the lights on. Yeah, it's printing clean, Max. I mean, that acrylic frame was pretty terrible. You and I both know that. It wobbled worse than the Anet A8. Hey, there we go. Yeah, you did buy stuff. And I'm not trying to, like, make you sound like a freeloader. My point was, I helped you out to help you out. I didn't help you out to make a sale. That's where I was going. I was just having some free time and helped you out. That's it. It's that simple. And I helped you out because you weren't a dick. Okay. Well, Max, that will be my next project. I think I'm going to finish all my open projects before I start a new one. What is that? What do you guys think? Think that's a good idea? I'm just measuring out the LEDs here for this one. Ritual, what was your real name? I know we've talked. I remember you. I'm just terrible with names in person and on the internet. Jonathan. Okay. I'm not gonna like come out and be like, yeah, I'm working on a printer, but it's crossed my mind to make one. And that's really as far as I got with the idea. I could. I had the like the capacity to and the knowledge, but I don't think people would be willing to pay me what it's actually worth. Yeah, Nick something. I know who you are. Nicholas Rubitz. This printer is just taking advantage of the community. Community. Free. Free. This E10 killed my daughter and raped my son. And destroyed the community. Yeah, it'd be niche as fuck. Niche as fuck. F-U-Q. Fuck. Niche as fuck. Niche as fuck. Niche as fuck. I mean, I think if it came out with a printer, people would buy it just because they're like, hey, Tim knows what he's doing. But would it be worth my time? I don't know. I do not. Probably not. I'm like super OCD about my LED spacing here. Yeah, I know. Closed source. The printers they love are closed source. Makes no fucking sense. No fucking sense. Go harass these Chinese companies that are making millions of dollars off of selling printers with closed source software based off of open source software. Don't bother. The collaboration of the smart is more or less me going, hey, Max, you know how to use 3D design software. I don't know what you use to do it, but you know how to do it better than I. Do you want to design a printer? That was the extent of my involvement so I'm not going to pretend like I did anything other than spawn the idea. What's it called? Nick? Ah. Stratasys makes some pretty nice printers though. They're like pros. Are they patent trolls, really? Max? I would never be a patent troll. I thought about patenting the Easy ABL though. Corey, you're just impatent. You know, they may sell $150,000 printers, but I bet they work. Versus China. 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 Build the wall. I'm Donald Trump. I don't know why I made a fat Albert noise. There's so much to do still on here. Not really. I just gotta hook the Pi up. I'm being lazy. And the LED lights. You guys want to see if it powers on? You guys want to see if it's going to let out the blue smoke? That is my soldering iron. That's still my soldering. Where's my... Oh, here we go. Alright. My Z motor cable. And I could just jump it. Y'all ready for this? Fucking Nick. You're never happy. Hang on, princess. Jesus Christ. Like the shittiest camera angle ever. You guys talk shit. I don't know what I unplugged, but everything's still working, so. Hang on. Hold up. You guys happy? Is this better? So you can see what I'm doing? You see my fupa? Is this better, plebs? Plebs. Speak to me, plebs. Is this better? Yeah, you guys just jelly because I'm low-key thick. Speaking of thick, I just bought some shirts from H3H3 today. Yeah, you know what? Everybody address me as Dear Leader because I'm probably as bad as Kim Jong-un in the guys who love open source's eyes because I'm a shitlord or something along those lines. Hot end. Let's get it hooked in. You know, people ask me, how much would it be to have them do this to their E10? And I just won't do it. Because this I'm literally doing just because I like to tinker with my own stuff. There's certain things you do for fun. There's certain things you do for money. And this is one of the things I do for what I like to call fun for some reason. Alright. It's gonna be ghetto as hell. But it'll work. Hopefully. Alright. Let me bridge my power, or PS on, and my ground, which will make the ATX power supply turn on. Once I plug the AC power in. Y'all ready for this? Hey, Marlin 115. I won't do you for money, if that's what you're asking, Max. Nope. Is the ABL gonna work? Is it? Is it gonna work? Of course it is. Because I hooked it up and built it myself. Let's preheat this bitch. Go. MOSFET kicking on. Let's see if I let the magic smoke out. Oh yeah. Funny thing is that oh yeah, that's heating up. It restarted because I plugged the USB in. Max, why you gotta be a dick? Uh-oh. R.I.P. Corey. Bye, Corey. Look at it go. Bed wires aren't even getting warm. 12 gauge will do that. It's already at 50C on the bed, almost at 180 on the head. It's just running through the ABL G29 right now. You guys want to see it do a print? My S4 bed makes the 12 gauge silicone warm because it's like a 400 watt bed. It's retarded. It's not stock, by the way, because I'm special. Alright, let's connect to this. I'm actually going to replace it with either just dual 12 gauge or I got some 10 gauge sitting here. Would I recommend this printer over the CR10? Only if you can get it for $250 or less. But this is not stock at all. I literally gutted all the electronics and changed the hot end, as you can see. Yeah, go to ramps. I'm going to ramps. I'm already on ramps for my start, by the way. I thought you smashed that board, or was that from the other one? Alright, I'm going to print with PETG here. Is direct better than Bowden? No, it's just different. This will be my only, well actually, this and the other Core XY will be my only direct drive setups. And they're both Titan setups. This is the Arrow, which is with the compact like hot end, cold end combo. Hot end, cold end extruder combo. And then the Core XY has the full V6 with the Titan extruder. Yeah, some 12 volt went into his thermistor input and shorted it out, and he tard raged and just smashed it. The Core XY is direct drive, stock. It's got a Titan with a V6 directly below it. This is a Titan with a Volcano. I actually got a Volcano heater block on here. And this is almost a temp. We're at 78 and 245 on the hot end. And fun fact, I am using the stock E10 LCD. I figured out the pinout with help of this guy named Steve from the Anet group, and I'm using it with the Ramps MKS board, so I can keep the stock look. This control box is going to look completely stock. Even the USB port lined up. I don't know if you can see this here, but this is the MKS port right here. I just lined it up. It's about to start printing in a second. E1 is heating. There we go. We're going to home. Go through ABL. And I set the speed at 120 millimeters a second, so let's see if it'll do it. And here's a little trick. So you can see how the sensor is pretty far over. I think it's like 60 millimeters over on the left here. And I actually have it in the firmware that the bed is wider than it actually is, so I can actually probe at the same location on the grid. I'm doing a 4x3 grid because this bed is 270 by 220. So I'm doing 4 on the Y, 3 on the X. I usually do 3x3, but since this is like 50 millimeters longer on the Y, I'm doing 4. I just got cheap Chinese build tech on here. This is not the original build tech. The original build tech sucked. It was super thin, and I ripped it really easily. So I put a 260 millimeter long, because you can see it doesn't cover the whole build plate, but I never print that big anyway, so I don't care. Hopefully I don't have to adjust my Z offset, but I do have baby stepping enabled, I believe. Let me see. Maybe not. Maybe not yet. I guess I didn't. I thought I enabled it. No, I think we'll be good. We're just doing a calibration cube. Yeah, I don't have baby stepping enabled. I'll have to enable that in the firmware. Well, that's going. It's doing a 20 by 20 cube. And it is leveled perfectly because easy ABL. If I don't print that big one, send it. I need to send the head off the bed because the bed, it can actually travel further than the bed. So I need it to travel all the way over so it can probe like 35 in on the bed here so it's uniform. It works. Leave me alone. I should have cleaned that nozzle off. I'm going to get stringing because that nozzle's dirty. She's chooching. Yeah, I'm going to enable that in the firmware while you guys watch that print. The 0.2 layer height for a 20 millimeter XYZ calibration cube. Yeah, dude, when you dial a printer in, it works. We're already at 2 millimeters on the Z height, by the way. Infill's looking good too. Chooch! We're already at 4.2 out of 20 in terms of layer height. If anyone was wondering. And this is actually, so the carriage is using the bearings that came with my console, because the ones that came with the E10, one of them had a flat spot, and they're the same exact T-slot bearings. And the stock bearings are still on the Y, but I got IGUS coming for it. And this is PET G, by the way. This isn't PLA. Extruder motor is not getting super hot anymore. It was. I'm running a little pancake on here. Yeah, this is inland PET G. I am going to turn the flow rate up a little bit, because I think I got to change my steps per millimeter a little bit. I'm just going to bump it up by 10%. We're looking pretty good. Yeah, I have a micro center right near me. Oh, you guys want to see what I just got today while we're waiting for this to finish? I can go out and get it. Do you guys want... This is Inland Blue Petri. Do you guys want to see what I got in today? Anybody? Or do you guys not care at all? Zach, get some Pet G. It's awesome. Definitely gotta do... Oh, well, I'm gonna go get... Because my fiance is probably tired of seeing it sitting in the living room, so I'm gonna go get what I got in today. Oh. This box, right here, is a 50 watt. This is a 50 watt CO2 laser tube upgrade for that laser cutter back there. I'm gonna go grab what I got in today. This is another printer. This is the X5X Tronxy. Yeah, you saw what your little 2.5 watt one could do. Can you imagine what a 50 will do? Alright. Do a little teaser here. Ah. Woo! 300mm bed. Cable chain. This is a 30 amp 12 volt power supply, Tronxy branded. Okay, so this printer will get an ATX power supply since it's 12 volts. I don't trust these things. Yeah, nothing exciting. Oh, okay. Let's see what board they put. Oh, dear God. This is the board. Guys. They put a 1284p board in a Core XY kit. 1284p board in a Core XY kit. At least all the steppers, the stepper drivers all have individual VREF adjustments. That's going to get replaced, you know. I'll buy your Duet if you don't want it, Max, in all seriousness. Okay, you want to hear something hilarious? There's a spot on the board here for a fuse, and there's literally just a wire jumper there instead of the actual fuse. This is going to be a fun build. That gecko is looking better and better, even though it's more expensive than this. This is a $360 kit. They do give you a 12864 LCD, so it's got that going for it, which has a solder bridge on the back. I'm probably going to have to fix that. Not looking too good just out the box. There's no manual in here at all. Max, ship me. Max, ship me the Duet. The Gecko has a 32-bit closed source board, and it works fine. This is not the East Gecko. This is the Tron XY, X5S, and it's not going to get my recommendation just based on that fucking board they put in. Jesus Christ. Why? We're almost done with this cube, by the way. It's at 18.6 millimeters. Oh, and that's not all I got in. I'm going to get the rest. BRB. More filament, which I don't need, but Maker Geeks had a sale, so here it is. 4 PLA rolls and 4 PETG. You have to heavily modify all these printers. Honestly, the Gecko, once they put the layer fan on it, it's a nice printer. It fucking works. Here you guys go. It's at 19.8, so it's got one more layer. And I gotta update the firmware. Yeah, stock for stock, I can tell you right now, the Gecko's a better printer. Just because of the electronics. Hands down. Yeah, I just put like all this hardware that I put on this printer is probably another $150, $160 between the power supply and all that stuff. Oh, there we go. All right. Maybe I'll get this off the fucking thing without ruining the build tech. I might want to let it cool. What do you guys think? Man, PETG really sticks to build tech. Where the hell did I put my build tech? I have a build tech spatula. So AVL's working. Hey, there we go. All right. So if you guys care to see, this is actually pretty fucking good. Very minimal ringing. Even at, that was 120 millimeters a second. Look at that. 120. Like, actually 120 millimeters a second. Ignore the pet G string here. Look at that. Top is perfect. Let's see what it measures in it with the calipers. All right. How's this, guys? It's on the Y. It's on the X. Z's a little short. I thought I squished that first layer a little too much. But, ha! Do you guys like how nice that came out? That was nice. Let me update the firmware. Like, this is so smooth. Like, in all seriousness. Let me focus this. Hang on. Come on, we're gonna focus. Oh. No, we're not gonna focus. Oh, there we go. Man, using a 50C bed as a mouse pad really sucks. So here you guys go. Look at that. Everybody looking? Max, are you jelly? Are you jelly right now? Yeah, you can see a little too smushed. Alright, Max, in all seriousness though, send me the duet and let me know what you want for it. Yeah, so let me go ahead and need to change a setting on here. Need to not have so much Z offset. All right. So, let me move my mic back. What does everybody think of that print? What do you guys think? That's off the E10 that I modified. Can you guys see what you can achieve when everything's tuned in, like, properly? Yeah. So that's all dialed in. Only the Z was off, and that was because I didn't have it properly set via offset. But this is nice. So is that a 10 out of 10? I mean, these are nice layers. Like the Z is moving great. Everything's dialed in. My layers are nice. And I didn't even have a freaking like spool holder for that. Like, that was literally just filament dangling down the back. Like, I didn't do anything special. I'm going to update my extrusion infill. Or my infill percentage. Yeah, I mean, it's funny because people always complain that they can't get a good print, and it's the slicer's fault and all this stuff. It's the crappy hardware. You know what? You can get a good print out of any printer if you just take the time to dial it in and build it right. I wonder how big we can print just, or how quick we can just print like a fucking cylinder on it. I might go to bed soon though. But this printer's pretty much done. I just gotta mount the Pi. But I'm happy with the performance of this arrow. This Titan arrow is pretty nice. What do you guys think? It's a little compact, like, all-in-one deal. There you go. Look at that TH3 in the background. It's like I'm a pro. I'm gonna have to print more benchies. Yeah, everybody, I think I'm gonna head off. This was fun. I'm probably gonna build another printer tomorrow night. So, everybody come back tomorrow. I'm gonna make some posts tomorrow morning and afternoon. And if anybody has questions, feel free to reach out and like in the next live chat. If you guys have questions, this is the best place to get a hold of me, because otherwise during the day I'm just slammed. And that's why I do these, because I want to give people a chance to actually talk to me. But alright, everybody, thank you for joining in. I'm going to end the stream. Hopefully you learned a little few things. ATX power supplies are amazing for printers. So, super reliable, cheap, and won't burn your house down typically if you prep them good. But alright, I gotta go to sleep. It's midnight. Take it easy, everybody.